Hello, party people. Here we are back in the Garden of Plinias, and we just had a little intermission because of a snake. I can't tell if he sprayed my hat or what. It does, I think he may have sprayed the hat. Well, we had to free a snake from a little piece of net that it got caught in. We got the snake free, but without any more interruptions, let me get this video finished. This is part 2 of the Anomaly understanding. We're trying to understand this fruit tree. This is one here that's grafted, and look at it. It's kind of burnt up by the sun. I planted this here, I think over a year ago when my cat passed away, Mew Mew. I believe he passed away in May of 2019. And this tree was a flowering tree when I planted it, but when I planted it, it stopped focusing on the flowers and put root growth out. And I am looking for flowers now and not quite seeing it. I think any day now it should start again. I'll show you one that's grafted in the ground that's flowering and that has fruited. But I'm trying to explain here their method for flowering. You just never know. After you graft a tree, you can expect a tree to not really start giving you fruits until 5 years. I don't really care. Okay, I've seen people get lucky and take a tree, let's say they had a scion, and they grafted it. There's a wasp nest over here. They grafted it onto a side branch, just one branch. You take a nice branch and graft on a side branch onto a tree. You might get fruit that year. I mean, as soon as you've grafted, I've seen flowers come out of the tape and set fruit, and you get fruit in less than a year. That's unusual. And it's not consistent. You're not gonna like have an orchard of fruits that are out there giving you some kind of crop in the first year. Never that. So if you get lucky, you might get the taste of fruit in the first year. It's seldom. I've never had it happen. I've seen other people do it in California, it seems like. But that first fruit the tree makes, is it really going to be a good representation of how it should taste? Probably not. The first fruits are usually not the best. It takes a tree time to get in the rhythm and to get all the resources it needs situated and to be like, I know how to make these fruits for you now. This is how they're supposed to taste. Anyway, that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say is, you just never know how long it's going to take for the thing to start flowering after you graft it. The bigger the scion, the better. A lot of these trees that I'm selling as grafted trees, I'm not using scions bigger than about this big. You see the caliper? Because these things grow slow and I'm not trying to cut them back to a stump. Now, if I was able to use a cutting this thick, you better believe, you know, something that thick, you better believe you might get flowers in the first year, second year, and fruit in the third, no problem. But the way I've been grafting these is just to get them out there. And it's nice to have a grafted tree because for as burnt as this looks for having too much heat, look at the leaf tips. The leaf tips really aren't that burnt. See? There's no burn on that leaf tip. This one, yes, the older one, see? Older leaves I'm noticing get these nice burnt leaf tips like that. This is the older leaves that are spent. But this is a grafted tree and it looks fine. That's had no shade cover. This tree was planted over my cat that passed away this year, I believe, in February of this year, and his name's Merle. So that one went over Mew Mew. This one goes over Merle. And see how nice and green the leaves look with the shade cloth.
Much different.
And not much tip burn on the leaves, right?
Yeah.
No, it's because it's grafted.
Maybe a couple on the very top, but
now,
not.
Back up and look at this. Is a grafted red. Sorry, Chris, did I have you hit your head on that? This is a grafted red jaboticaba. And look, it's got fruit on it. Can you show them the graft at the base? Look at the transition in bark color and texture and peeling when you get to the bottom. There's fruit on it, but the rats beat it up, the chickens eat it up. This thing takes a flood, it takes heat. So this is the red. I just wanted to show you this. And this tree is probably 5 years from grafting, and it's been fruiting for 3 years or so. And I just wanted to show you this tree, what they look like when they're grafted. That's a red Cambuca. Oh, remember there's flowers on this, Chris. Are they still there? Can we show it again? Some flowers on the Cambuca. I'll get my hand behind it here. Some flowers on the Cambuca, Plinia edulis. Come on there, if I tap right. It don't want to give it to us there. Wait a second. There it goes. Anyway, we just wanted to show you that. That's a grafted tree. This is a grafted Plinia edulis. And I got scions from Larry Schatzer's tree, which apparently comes from Bill Whitman's tree, which is supposed to be a really good variety that was introduced by him and Antonio Luis Morsbacher from Brazil. So, let's see if we can get one more throw, Chris. Am I good for 2 for 2? We're gonna go show you the mother tree of the Anomaly and some of that dieback we were talking about in the last video before that snake got a hold of it. Bingo, I got it. Let's just make sure we find where that knife is. We're not gonna throw it again. Okay, yeah, it's nice. It's sticking up for us. It's a trip on. All right, but no more knife throwing. Let's get over here and let's show them the tree before this video gets to lightning and thundering. I've already had snakes. You got me watching my step. This is a Rosa de Piscoco. Look at that Piscoco there. That's a pretty one. Oh look, this is an Anomaly seedling, and look how beat up they get, man. I think that was from the heat. Still fine, it'll live, but man, these are hard to grow. Heat sensitive, fertilizer sensitive. So this is a little seedling that I'm trying to make happy again, but I must have let it dry out or get too hot one day. Kind of a pain in the butt to grow from seed, man. I really must say. For me at least, the conditions that I have, man, better watch it, they're hard to grow. Now here's the mother tree. Remember, I told you in the last video, we did have some dieback. It was due to this horrible heat wave and the tree just being less than happy. I cut it back to here, and it did lose a nice portion of the canopy, but look at it coming back out all over, and it's happy now. And I do see some of the leaf tip burn. Remember I told you the leaf tip burn?
Yep.
Kind of just goes with the territory, but the new leaves don't have it yet. I think it's sensitivity to heat and minerals and blah, blah, blah. But you see it is starting to flower again. You see the flowers coming, right?
All the way down at the bottom.
So it's been flowering, and basically it's been flowering for 5 years nonstop, and it did just take a break because I put it in a bigger pot. But the break was only for 2-3 months. Here it goes again. And it'll fruit like crazy sometimes. And it's got a very thin flesh, sweet flavor. But honestly, I would be lying if I said it tastes head and shoulders better than the red or the scarlet. They all basically taste similar. It's the growing habit, the fruiting habit, the thickness of the skin, the size of the seeds. These are the things we care about. How easy is it to grow on its own roots, maybe? There's little variations you're gonna see, and it's not always just astounding difference in flavor. Now, Grimmel versus the Anomaly, you're gonna notice the difference. Or even the white versus the Anomaly. The white is just all sweetness. The Grimmel though is one of my hands down favorites. I like the Anomaly too though. It's like you wouldn't want to trade one for the other. You're gonna want to collect the whole set. It's like saying you like to eat Skittles. Well, I'm only eating the yellows or I'm only eating the reds. And some people like to do that. But I like to taste the rainbow. All right, y'all, we tried to do it again. Make sure there's no like snakes jumping out of the sky or lightning bolts coming. Like, let's get out of here and see if we can upload this. Maybe it has volume, maybe it doesn't. Oh, let's show them this tree, look. This tree needs to go in the ground. Look at that. That's called root bound and down. So we're gonna plant this one after the video ends. I'm putting it in the ground somewhere. Y'all have a great day. That's the story about the Anomaly, and I'm sticking to it. I'm gonna have more grafted out there for sale one day. You watch. Thank you, Chris.